ani ehu bi na omo de omo aso ate bi se de be ya omo sese no mo career omo hu se ne ya osu ene wo ban ete na so beto aba ma wa na ye no anadwen na waje atum so beto ma o 20 ya won so a na o ye convince wo unya ho akonya no wentumi andi dwuma bi anto na o 20 ya mo me yenhwe Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia dia dwumadi a odi in the past few days wa shase oba pro across the country over the 5 northern regions or your northeast region a we wi na me no kase waba northern region a oguso a oba pro na wako constituencies bebre wako Bumpurugu wako Bushegu wako Karaga wako Wolensi several constituencies na wako so far ba yehwe videos ne kakra bi keke na yensa mra beto eden komodie no so sedia Bushegufo abo apeso Asia Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ewo omo constituency na eyakono na efe eneyi no obi nkyere akwala nyame nti obi nsore na ombeka enkyere yense yenyese ne edi ekire yenyina yede yeni ehwe yenyina yede yaso etie yenyina ekodi ho adanse yese na be yase yekoto yaba yini bibia yeto aba na yeden afa nti wohwe nipa dompa a abohia a omone Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia edin sa woso across you say the enthusiasm is high ahokeka no woso ahode no woso and simply because people believe strongly say empempeso of man yedu no your difficulties and challenges but the future of this country is at stake and we must make sure that we protect the future of the country by simply making sure that we vote for a leader or bold solutions for our future. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia di kan ka say Ghana phone call la en kan no munye school nkwa na dan kwaku foda be bie kwan amamo no mutumi koi so ba be yo mampani a obe make sure say free senior high school no be hye mukena akole bie ni ho a whether we ye hwan yo we ye tintin yo we ye tietie wo fe tifi wo fi atoyo wo betua school fees free senior high school no ono obebo ho bai na niema aka esese ye na emu ye den na gina prekope no wahwe na waye na ne kase kra ne say we free senior high school na nka obeko university na eno so ahokira ba no kai say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia edika de ho solution abadada say we hie ni ba na dan kwaku for the Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia daworma wanya kwan akọ free senior high school ewia na wo kọ university na wo niska mane how fa Ghana card na kọ student loan trust na ko apply for student loan na fa ko school simple as that tietia empo uwie university no na ebia wenye dwuma bia sese wo ye won kran enso nka bia wo fie kire ana sese wo ye Kumase ba bia wo fie no eni Kumase kwan wa ana se bibia ese wo koye edwuma no wo unni aho akade a wo de beko enti sikasema ye den a Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia the rent assistance scheme aba say the young person who needs help to be able to rent so that he can start life no ko aban wona kwaje busia no na fa ko rent ne tuya ne kakran ode no so ba Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia any informal sector na non formal sector babafo hairdressers dressmakers ono mo dinkita wo do say hwe esese yetumi mpekwan na munya sika ehye mo adwuma mu enso non formal a na ed enti no obeboa na non-formal sector barbers hairdressers ya waboa mo na ma formalize mo sector no mo so mo register mo business na nka say ma register me business na we make sure say wo business now here no we benya access to credit and that's the kind of conversation our year campaign or catch a friend say Ghana for and like I said all the 5 northern regions en koma oni omudi no e bi hu nsem na me catch mo no ye beba ene nkomodie no so yebeba ene nkomodie no so I think that it's very important say bibia yedru no ye gina yebeje atum se ye kwa koto aba ye nkoto aba ma pani a odi nokre na odi nokre di edi nenim kai very important and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia nam the 5 northern regions are all year campaign one constituency edi nkomo Asia on the farmers Asia on the market women Asia or your community meeting ebina muhwe on the community no Asia edin komo ɔne asɔfo di nkɔmɔ ɔne nurse fo di nkɔmɔ ɔne school fo di nkɔmɔ ɔkyerɛ mo ade a ɔba aban mu bɛtaa na nadoda nkɔ ekufo ado akyi asɔmampani abɛdekye wetumi ayɛ owia na wakyɛ nneɛma a ɔba a ɔbɛsa nso ɛde abɛka ho ɔne ɔmɔmoyɛ mining edi nkɔmɔ amamati ase sɛ ɔde minerals development bank ɛbɛba na saa minerals development bank no etumi aboa ɔmɔmoyɛ small scale mining no na ɔmotumi enya sika wɔn bɛyɛ ɔmɔmo concession mu adwuma na ɔmo to gold no wɔ man yi mu a yɛde cedis atɔ na yɛde abake yɛn currency no sɛ na ɛbɛyɛ a ɛbɛma yɛ currency sika no emu ayɛ dɛn ayɛ duro ɔkɔ yi nyinaa bibi obedu biara ɔne businessmen ahyia ɔne traders ahyia ɔka kyerɛ mo sɛ megye di sɛ beebi a yɛduru no ɛne beebi a yɛtumi adigitize yɛ economy abɛbɛduru ɛmra so sɛ yɛbɛsakra yɛ tax regime no mu kakra nti spare parts importers wahyɛ ɔmo bɔ sɛ ɔbɛma flat rate tax ɛfɛ ne sɛ duty at the port aba ɔmo mo kra nneɛma fi abɔkye nyinaa waka kyerɛ ɔmo sɛ ɔba bɛte duties na ɛwɔ port ne so no aba fam na ne togo deɛ no aba bedum pɛmpɛ so anampo akɔ fam asen togo deɛ no sɛ na bɛyɛ yɛ port no bɛyɛ akɔ no kakra ɛnɛ obetumi ayɛ because of all the foundation a ya build ɛnka ne no na nipa dodo etwa taxes wɔ mayi mu so nti okasa okɔte so a ɛyɛ because yɛ hie sika na de akyekyere ɔman no ɛnɛ ɛnam Ghana card digital driver ya yɛ nti atere mama nipa dodo a ɔmo tua taxes na draw so nti he can afford to reduce the tax burden on the people because a lot more people are now going to contribute to it. Ashebo say emrantie 1 million na obeboa na yetwe ne omo in youth fenesa IT and digital related programs. Se na be ya ombenye adwuma aye ententem so. Any musicians, any producers, any creative art for dem komo say ekwan bia so e say to be pay tax incentives mo na ne dodo okra no ye make sure say ye benya streaming platform Apple ne boom play ne de keka yeso benya de wo man yi mu na etumi de build your creative art dodo na we de ho komo a oguso a oyɛ den o de no owie 5 northern regions na obesane na fede every region every constituency the idea is that baby awo bia no expect say we be hu Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia enim e wo constituency ansa abato na yɛ den edu onda anopa ewia enumre na oguso a one Ghana for etwetwe nkomo esa ne se ogidi se abato ho wonsunsuanso e na ogidi se nipa bia nso beto aba ese onya nyina so a ode be den ode beto aba back from the tour back from the campaign related issues omampeni dada John Dramani Mahama any media for share ekodi nkomo to adwen you know say ode nadwen kire ne nadwen mpo ene mo bedi nkomo nti de enim senka okoye nko be kire say oh me ba ye be ye omampeni no me yesi me ba me sanso ye A B C de na me de to so wan ye ne sa do ye mo ne say entro enkontompo ene project a ye nwia nko a ene okokoye yedika education de no omampeni dada John Dramani Mahama ehwe Ghana fo nyina anim ehwe camera mu etena media fo nyina anim ka kire ye say ono na ban ene de national health insurance ebaye ono ene ma Ghana ye health insurance ye we eye national health insurance omampeni dada John Dramani Mahama etumi bie na no ekasa on the next chapter yen diatem yen kasentia pani yen kasa kasentwi bebi asem no da no ene ye de to ye behwem na ye bisa se anya bia asem no okache media for no eye nokre ana ye nokre Mr. Mombo video ne ma metiawa na yembra issues na so dia omampeni dada John Dramani Mahama ekache media for no enie
even the NHIS NDC started a pilot in Damango and Nkranza for the NHIS. Implementation started in President Kufuor's time. But what President Kufuor introduced was a mutual health insurance scheme. And so your card, your NHIS card, allowed you to access health services only in the district in which you were registered. Today's National Health Insurance Scheme was introduced by Professor Mills. He changed it from a mutual district insurance scheme to a national health insurance scheme so that your card could access health care anywhere in Ghana you go.
Enti se ene utifie na utse former President Mahama so ono na ban ene ma Ghana health insurance national we mbehye. And the normal circumstance we cry ya semanka ye be chechim ko bia ti wo Ghana ha bia nim se omampani dada president kofo ne MPP aban ene the national health insurance buy baby so for Mr. Mu after the year 2003 I share national health insurance ase e wo my way mu no na ye nuanum bia dey omba beto aba in 2024 ebi nkro ho afi ne eba be omedi 2 years ebi nkro afi ne omedi 3 years ebi nkro ho ne en wo mo ye inti wa hwe a no ohwe omampenda John Dramani Mahama program bi nti wagye di se ampa NDC aban and man national health insurance here national, and that is why we have to explain. That's why I keep saying say Gen Z for intia na mebrew Gen Z for intia say ye Gen Z for na ankan sam ni nyina de mo maka ni nyina obi anim but Gen Z for nti ese e chechire mu na omo so omo nya abakosem na omo tibi na de ma Gen Z for nkomo na ye de ne say omo no wo chacha asem no mu wi a omo nyina ekura efidie bi omo atumi kohwe etwe se de awoka no ye no kura na ye no kura but esa wo twe omadwe koso na emo mani ye den edi eche ansa na meba o mampeni that dance mo kan ye ne no kura ewom ne no kura enim kura no. You see, there's a certain contradiction bi e wo papa ne mu a oka nkrofo se mo nka last week mo kai say ye born nsam o ka 5 years SS wu nyina obai no no ansa be kasa de no kasa ti ye no ono anso no san de ye den o de bae ansa na meko ha no. Let's establish the fact NDC never introduced NHIS and they never made NHIS national. Obampeni dada John Ajekum Kufuor in the national health insurance eba on my way mu ono ne etete national health insurance bedum pempeso a edui NDC for ba be mu no omo amfa ade asronku bia meka national health insurance on except the legal framework Obampeni Kufuor shase a when year 2009 ofia ba mu. That is all. NDC added nothing new to the national health insurance that was in existence before they came to power. That's what I say. NDC na the national health insurance buyer Yembisa Omampeni dada John Dramani Mahama 2016 say why ena the national health insurance about my way mu Mr. Mo mumbisa Omampeni dada John Dramani Mahama parliament mami no kasa 2016 yentie do kan ye say why ena the national health insurance buy muntie no.
President Kufuor continued the economic adjustment program and under HIPIC initiative achieved significant debt reduction, implementing new social intervention programs such as NHIS and the Livelihood Empowerment Against Poverty program. He passed these on to President Professor John Ivansata Mills. Initiative achieved significant debt reduction, implementing. President Kufuor continued the economic adjustment program and under HIPIC initiative achieved significant debt reduction, implementing new social intervention programs such as NHIS and the Livelihood Empowerment Against Poverty program. He passed these on to President Professor John Ivansata Mills.
Ebusafo, me shall say cry you, but you see the contradiction. Omampeni dada John Dramani Mahama wana ujina parliament 2016 wa wodi mwasam na mebo you we put the mambo audio no wakasa ma doctor wo video. In fact Gen Z's on YouTube you can go and check, watch for yourself. You can watch the entire 2016 State of the Nation's address or say Omampeni President Kufuor at the social intervention policies bit to say livelihood empowerment program and the implementation of the national health insurance ebaye. And he passed it on to Professor Mills. How can you say that Professor Mills and the NDC are the ones who made the health insurance national when you yourself had already told Parliament in 2016 that the national health insurance was implemented by President Kufuor? How? How? What kind of contradiction is this? How is one person able to treat a whole country like this? Mr. Mo, Musa mbodi o catch media for and say play it again. Obo wie pe member have you obo wie a signboard your car 2016 near contradiction no. But media engagement video ni biom.
NDC started a pilot in Damango and Nkranza for the NHIS. Implementation started in President Kufuor's time. But what President Kufuor introduced was a mutual health insurance scheme. And so your card, your NHIS card, allowed you to access health services only in the district in which you were registered. Today's National Health Insurance Scheme was introduced by Professor Mills. He changed it from a mutual district insurance scheme to a national health insurance scheme so that your card could access health care anywhere in Ghana you go. President Kufuor continued the economic adjustment program and under HIPIC initiative achieved significant debt reduction, implementing new social intervention programs such as NHIS and the Livelihood Empowerment Against Poverty program. He passed these on to President Professor John Evans Atta Mills.
At this point, what see videos we know, Mr. Mo, Mami 1 hour pe, na to boase, ni in some way ni cheche muye. Omampeni John Dramani Mahama edika catch Ghana man in the year 2016 when Parliament say Omampeni Kufuor implemented National Health Insurance Scheme and passed it on to Nabain. 2024, Omampeni Kufuor das wo ho. Mpenifo ye nyina ebi nkro Parliament omo das wo ho. O say be catch and say what Omampeni Kufuor did was not National Health Insurance. It was District Mutual Health Insurance Scheme. Now NDC are buying a bemani and national what we have today. Answer na meka sakano. It's a lie. It's an outright lie. Entro. The okano ye nkontompo. Omampeni Kufuor health insurance ye won in its current form ni nature pepepe ono de buy. NDC omanfa bibia amba. Omanfa bibia nso anka ho. Osanso kan say omo buy no omo pilot say District Mutual Health Insurance Scheme e wo damongo ene nkranza. That is what he said. In fact, I say, sa pilot no krano, it was way before Omampeni Kufuor. Into NDC first under Rollins, according to him, Omo implemented District Mutual Health Insurance Scheme. Ewon kranza, ene damongo, and Omampeni Kufuor be converted into district whatever, and almost be the national, and also intro, and no cre ketwa si kra enim. Me, asema me nyina so no, me nka hwasem. Me nyaka so utwantro. Follow me on this journey. I'm improving. Shall say when Dino Kreba could say a man central for no. I District Mutual Health Insurance Schemes are ne woho and sana abai Omampeni Kufuor eba beye ye friend say health insurance na Ukraine sisiano. In fact, between 1992 to 1995, na the only way I was in existence eye the friend of community health insurance schemes. No. And yet even abina introduce a pure private health insurance schemes. Private entities and a former community health insurance scheme say yemfamwa communities no. Intine bi wo ho okwumai nkoko West Gonja Damongo de no kan wasem no. In Kranza District Hospital Mutual Health Insurance Scheme were all formed by Catholic Church. In fact, that mongo name Kranza de no crowd international partners ebe support your momo set up. For the record, in Kranza Community Health Insurance Scheme, you didn't know any that mongo Community Health Insurance Scheme and ya buying in a yes our health insurance schemes no. A Catholic Church and a community no and our yes our health insurance scheme no. It had nothing to do with government. Government had no hand in it. Mr. Mo, all my Gen Zs watching this evening, for phone, nako Google, nabo in Kranza District Mutual Health Insurance, nafa USAID kaho. Ebema everything you need on the Nkranza scheme now on Omampeni Dada John Dramani Mahama kan ho asem no. Ubehu a lot of links. Wo de me ha ho. The first link ebeba no, an external evaluation of the Nkranza community finance scheme. This our first link no. Ubia ebema report we. Technical report number 50. An external evaluation of Nkranza community financing health insurance scheme Ghana, March 2000. Prepared by Chris Atim PhD. Magweni Stock MA Consultant, we know United States Aid Institution and a commission say evaluation report. Listen to the background to the Nkranza Community Health Insurance Scheme. Scheme na omampenda da John Dramani Mahama say a buying pilot you. Listen, following the introduction of the cash and carry systems in Ghana's health sector in the late 1980s, many patients began to have difficulty with paying for their health care. As a result, many did not go to the hospital until it was too late or their illness had advanced to a more complicated phase. Others who were admitted and treated subsequently absconded without paying for their treatment. Many individuals quite simply could not afford to pay for their care. The population therefore had reduced access to hospital services, and in turn, this had negative impact on the financial performance of hospitals, such as St. Teresa's Hospital in Nkranza. The idea of starting a health insurance scheme was raised at a meeting of Catholic Church Hospital administrators in Sunyani in 1989. The idea itself was inspired by the example of Bwamanda Hospital Health Insurance Scheme in the former Zaire. Approvals for the pilot project in St. Teresa's Hospital and Nkranza were obtained in 1990-1991 under the leadership of Dr. Eneke Bosman, the then administrator of the District Medical Officer of Health in charge of Nkranza. The Nkranza Community Financing Health Insurance Scheme was launched formally in 1992 with a funding pledge from MEMISA, a Dutch Christian non-governmental organization, which promised to meet any expenditure shortfalls run by the scheme in its first 3 years of operation. Ebusiafo. This is the background of Nkranza Community Health Insurance Scheme. It is Omampeni Bekache will say, or no, not buying and a Kofa Nkranza Community Health Care Scheme by as a pilot. It's a lie, it's an outright lie. No Caribbean, we transfer. Organizational chart of the Nkranza Community Health Financing Scheme in the Bishop of Sunyani in that top. Sunyani Bishop, Catholic Church Bishop in that top. And a District Health office, ebua omu to administer the scheme. There's an executive secretary, there's a diocesan coordinator, insurance management team, insurance advisory board, and a contracted field workers, purely privately managed, purely community based, purely owned and managed by the people. The scheme charges an annual flat fee or premium per head, irrespective of age or sex. This premium must be paid during the single registration period, lasting 2 months from December to January every year. The evolution of this fee or premium since the beginning of the scheme is as shown on this table. 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98. When the Sika community say, we are part of the community health insurance, Catholic Church and set it up. MEMISA, international NGO, no, a contributor. Now, afinimu no mu bia na wakọ register na won so nu ebusua ahwe. Can you imagine say community akom ho abom na omo eyi omo mbotom ntoboa e de hwe omo ho na years later omampani bi aba say ade na community na akom nsase etwetwe musika abram bojeni aye no ono na ekofa ba ya. How does it make you feel when it is quite obvious here that this scheme was purely set up by the people? In fact, I'll say the idea of starting a health insurance scheme was raised at a meeting at the Catholic Church Hospital. It's owned by the Catholic Church, run by the Catholic Church, and the community had nothing to do with government at the time. Nkranza scheme achievement. I'll say the Nkranza Community Health Scheme enjoyed a subsidy from the Dutch non-governmental organization MEMISA for the first 3 years of its operation. After 8 years, however, it is surviving essentially on its own resources, which is itself also a remarkable achievement worth celebrating. Moreover, by its mere survival, it has proved skeptics wrong and has become an example to all other communities wishing to begin similar initiatives. Adding, as some people, including members of the traditional council, noted, the scheme has made Nkranza famous and has excited a lot of interest both nationally and beyond. Being a pioneer at a time when others were skeptical or less foresighted, and now being vindicated in the sense that even the Ministry of Health has finally abandoned its plans for a state-run national health insurance scheme and come out for community-based schemes like in Kranza is a major success. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. And see, how do you stand in front of the media? Now what catch you say, whoa, and I'm Kranza community health insurance scheme. And what back some da ho be huno, una kofa bae. Why? Adia nanano ma hemfo. Ebo mo ho samrane say ama Kranza man din akosoro amoma gidi because oma yade obi anye bi da amo mukro no so ni ma peja omo say other communities should you know learn no what jiafa say eye wo dia how and it makes it very, very difficult for us as a people to understand some of these things. And I'm glad to say you were back on some wo you were a friend saying in some nankasa wo you were books wo and put one betumpa never be bro how between the dear dance here. Let us put it on record. It is never true that the National Health Insurance Scheme was piloted by the NDC in Nkranza and Daimongo as a community. It is not true. They didn't do it. A Catholic church and a money community in the boom and an international NGO be a friend of Misa and no more cabo no ye. In fact, at some point, not in Nkranza mine, the pioneer of community health insurance scheme in this country. I will be a eboji. The same for Damongo. Mr. Ramo, go to Google and just enter. Assessment of the sustainability of West Gonja Hospital Health Insurance Scheme in the West Gonja District, Damongo, Ghana. Medical care after independence was free for Ghanaians until 1980s, when the Ministry of Health could no longer afford to provide such free services. As a result of the removal of subsidies, user fee was introduced to recover costs based on the advocacy of the WHO, the World Bank, and the international agencies. The West Gonja Hospital, located in Damongo in the northern region, a facility of the Catholic Church, also faced the problem of increasing a cost in providing health services to the people. In 1995, the hospital management initiated a community health insurance scheme as an alternative means of financing services. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Damongo Community Health Insurance Scheme. Nothing to do with government. It was a Catholic church, just as they did for Nkranza, they did same for Damongo. On Mampeninda da John Dramani Mahama, Ejina Media for him, Eshe Kamaremu, said Damongo and Nkranza, Omo, and a pilot community health insurance scheme. That is false. That's a lie. These schemes were set up by the communities. They were set up by the communities. They were set up by the Catholic people. And it is not from the people. It's not from government. Ebia, one cheche mubia, no what to boss no cheche. But Osha Kukudra or the Kasa yes or no. Now it was piloted, the Nkranza scheme, the Damongo scheme. Now so see kind of what ton boss or kind of boko no. Ujeja ho abejinedi. But this is the truth. This is the truth. This is the truth. And when no any da ho ade a wahye da yi nani say or count to because first of all oje president Kofo enu onyam around national health insurance oje afa te say ne o person oje na free SHS no oje health insurance no so afa because in Nkranza ho na yere efi into to me nka say onim no kre no but like ono kan say abato mbraso nti ntro kakra no their frame but the ntro no emfa utwa would arrest it. For the record, it is a lie, it is false. The NDC, as a friend is Mampenera John Romani Mahama saying, they do not have anything to do with the Nkranza health insurance scheme and then the Damongo health insurance. It's a purely community-based health scheme initiated by the Catholic Church. In fact, Yaba Bemu in the year 2001. Now, sa community health insurance schemes here in Nkranza and Damongo abeye a friend is saying model ama other communities in it. Not several communities in Suyebi. Until there were so many communities, and so on started community health insurance schemes. 47 of them were in existence. Like I showed earlier, they were all there to, help their community. They were there to help their community come up with, your friend is saying, health financing alternatives. But you don't just come and own it and take it when you had nothing to do with it. That becomes a problem. That becomes a problem. The abeto 47, you know. No man penny could say, a dear community see a dear power. Now, how do we ensure, say, Ghana ni bia esubetubenya a dear home fast war? Ni ashe Ghana phone in April. Remember, NDC 4 years na kofa cash and carry by you. Until NDC in the late 80s, health was free. One the kofa health insurance, a friend say cash and carry by. So they introduced cash and carry. Uniska, that's a sebe car ball near Dudu Hospital. Near Tutu bottom, near Muska Botoma. Ubewu. Cash and carry was so bad in this country and it was introduced by the NDC. No man Peniko Foka said, no, we have to do something about it. So we introduced a friend is a national health insurance scheme. Ye can't see the national health insurance scheme eba and tokwa pa. John Mahama, His Excellency, near NDC, any MPP abayin koye, and ye bini. National health insurance scheme has been launched. I feel ye launch a day omuni ye kuntokwa omukasa. That time no or your friend is saying or a member of parliament or te parliament as so one year support no okuti just like all NDC people. But of course in 2007 in 2003 abayin e passe national health insurance embra set up district mutual health insurance schemes in 145 districts across the country. Into districts via one health insurance. That is how national health insurance actually started. District via into district ni mono. Say me mikro me Equiapem North district mutual health insurance scheme. Me want me card. Into say me yarea. Me to me ako tetekwashi. Me to me ako dache clinic. Me to me ako latte clinic ni ade. E what district ni mo. District via also e what no ane board. About a 15-member board or manage. Your friend is saying health insurance world district ni mo. And about 7 staff are almost shena. Running the day-to-day affairs. So that is how it was set up. Inti abayin based on Mampenuko for model of the buy. Inti abayin GGG mobilizing resources. Now based on what district or membership or no abayin mauska. Now usaka scanner now wa manage and making sure say omo yare or mo hospital near the other be sure mo do betu and draw can near there. But you do 2007. Mampenuko for who say district mutual health insurance schemes, you know, they are becoming corrupt. Processes no ye bebre baby wo ho a o nipa 200 or so nipa 300 say be aban best selling this kind of more ekwa o man ne basa. In fact ukọ me fan say tamale district mutual health insurance scheme consulting fee ebi wa me fan say 20 cedi ba unye free tamale ekọ wale pe consulting fee e be 50 70 cedis. So na esrobwe baby districts be charges no musipe and a district be charging drones or musipe. It was affecting even the efficiency of the health insurance scheme na abayin person omo ye no. In the year 2007 omampeni kufo shase say or consolidating all car health insurance district mutual health insurance schemes in nyina den abom into the year first and say ogu governing boards of all the 145 district mutual health insurance scheme no kan nyina abom. No, you know one national health insurance scheme. Or dissolve all the boards. No, can in a one national health insurance scheme. And that or issue national health insurance scheme card back into Cairo. Or share health insurance in I say in 2003. No, not district via a issue card what the call hospital or district in Mupe. In the year 2007, no, Ubia Beka say or Mampeniko for dissolve all the governing boards of the 145 district mutual health insurance scheme. And now, Ocha district health insurance card is in the and now, Okani in our boom, national health insurance. And now, issue card back as a national health insurance card. Anybody that was alive between the year 2007 and now knows about this. But for the sake of the Gen Zs in Yebri, Gen Zs, please go online and go and read. This is there as a matter of fact. It's what the National Health Insurance card did was that I fed the sa card now district in the mountain with the hospital or district in Mono and Tesabium, Ghana nyina ya kan nyina bom and yama card back home. Enti baby awo bia wo man yimu bia en fa district awo en fa baby out what the sa card no it to be hospital. This was done in the year 2007. The other thing I'm planning for you and say or standardizing in drone war prices any consulting any maternal bibia ukoye hospital bia no say uko ekoye odamungu a sika ye bejew as consulting fee no eno a na obesen ko karaga ye bejew eno na obesen ko esojama ye bejew oye ne sapepepe the same card na so na ya wo de ko bibia esa wo de ko bia nti o introduce o mani nyina ye uniform ino kan nyina bomu ina be ye one national health insurance scheme say na be ya na corruption any inefficiencies any management challenges what district mutual health insurance scheme no obey ni nyina efi ho ino set up regional offices making sure say each of the regions will be there to supervise and coordinate what is happening at the regional office. Setting up the national office to make sure say every region also has the proper supervision that is needed. Like I said, we develop a uniform medicine list. In Tindrono, or managing a uniform, making sure say quality assurance is solid, or making sure say processing of claims from the district schemes were done in Accra. It is a we are hospital or district na say hospital no show we na obeji de sika obeba nkran na your processes friends any nyina ma no. These were systems that were needed to move the 145 district schemes into a uniform national health insurance scheme. Sanyama we nyina omampeni kufo eyeye. So by the time omampeni kufo was leaving government in the year 2008, Ghana had a national health insurance scheme with one national health insurance card that gives you access to healthcare anywhere in the country, no matter the district I from and the district I would card. This is a matter of fact. Samosa meboa, momiyentie dia omampenda da John Dramani Mahama eka our parliament. Why in implementing national health insurance scheme? Please play that video for me.
President Kufuor continued the economic adjustment program and under HIPIC initiative achieved significant debt reduction, implementing new social intervention programs such as NHIS and the Livelihood Empowerment Against Poverty program. He passed these on to President Professor John Ivansata Mills. President Kufuor continued the economic adjustment program and under HIPIC initiative achieved significant debt reduction, implementing new social intervention programs such as NHIS and the Livelihood Empowerment Against Poverty program. He passed these on to President Professor John Ivansata Mills. President Kufuor continued the economic.
Inti onwangasa akato was say omampeni Kufuor implemented the national health insurance scheme. Inti how do you come back years later and come and say omampeni Kufuor didn't implement it? Na mona mo year the national. Why? I don't know, yes sir. Former President Mahama, I don't know, yes sir. One now our parliament 2016. Somebody now who your mampeni. One I catch a Ghana for you so mampeni for implementing national health insurance scheme. I don't know Uber back 8 years later. Ebeka say wo and away and national. Ade until kind of 2016 now we try and 2016 and now we try and 2024. Why do you do that? Fast forward. Omampeni Kufuor national health insurance and set up a national health insurance fund. I know ensure say you contribute you contribute 2.5% levy. Now they are contributing towards the national health insurance. And making sure that 2.5% of social security every month be also called towards the national health insurance fund. And now say national health insurance fund no the year investment near there and who emphasis one about the na to me aboa then also to me ahwe we a friend saying aboa na dey ahwe Ghana for na uchese na niema makike ni niema media cheche nyina. How does the NDC even attempt to even steal the national health insurance policy? After all the things they did, how are they able to be confident enough? But I'm not surprised. Because I'm saying the free SHS, so I'm not surprised that he will come back years later to try and claim something that he fought against. It's sad, it's pathetic, and it's something that for me, I do understand. Omampeni Kufuor year she sharing the national health insurance scheme near the year no. Now who be here say Embrana or year no 2003 Act 650 no obesakra mukakra to accommodate all the reforms and changes are or the abano. And I to abana 2008 ufia bemu. Inti abanfo from buy in 2009. Inti 2012 and abano a year amendment to the law to ensure say all the reforms of Omampeni Kufuor the abano will come to play, which was the passage of Act 852 in 2012. And say if it is the law that was passed in 2012 at 852 ninti, and on Mampinda that John Domani Mahama, Kase, Omonomuma National Health Insurance here national there, then it's sad. If an amendment of a law can become and can make you the initiator and implementer of a certain policy there, then I wonder how many of Nkrumah's policies are still in existence. And I wonder how many of Rawlings's policies are still in existence. Because each of those policies, including his own policies, have seen laws changed and improved and amended for those policies. Should we go and claim them as well? What is this? What is this? Don't try and steal. You've stolen Professor Mills's policies. You've stolen Professor Mills's initiatives. It's fine. But please, leave our dear President Kufuor alone. Don't come close to his policies and his programs. And the AMA will never allow that to happen. We, a National Health, Republic of Ghana, National Health Insurance Scheme membership card issued on 22nd November 2008. Gentlemen, you won 13th September 2008. And you won. And you man National Health Insurance card 22nd November 2008. This is the card, and this is the National Health Insurance membership card. And see, say nipa ne be catch say oye no National Health Insurance in the year 2012. Now you are looking at and a lot of people at home have the National Health Insurance card from 2008 up to now. A lot of people have it. How do you even get the confidence to even come and say such a lie when you know that it can easily be verified? So here you are with the National Health Insurance card in 2008. So at what point are you able to stand in front of the people of Ghana and say, oh no, the National Health Insurance, buy? Wabra, na yeba be National Health Insurance, no. The same to no more free SHS here, and they almost claim free SHS. Sa pepe, no more National Health Insurance. Let me take you on a quick journey. Minority boycott proceedings on the health insurance scheme. They never supported National Health Insurance scheme. Almost saying the papa, almost say any possible. Almost say intro into any other on best support. NDC accuses government of deceiving Ghanaians on National Health Insurance. That's what they are saying. The party said government was in a haste to pass the bill because of pressure from the IMF to fulfill the agreement it has reached with the fund to include 5% increase in VAT. Now say pressure. Is there anything wrong in bringing a health insurance scheme to take care of the people? When more and I'm de cash and carry bow my way. Until when this is cash and carry ba na Ghana ha, you call hospitals free dada. Omo no introduce cash and carry. Now Oman Peniko Fuaba, now be ye free. You fought it. Now Omo fighting health insurance in area now finally. Oman Peniko for the near Denia could draw pass health insurance. No? Between 2003 and 2008, I don't say just as an free SHS, abaye friend is saying hero be budget no. Sana health insurance be in 2003. I don't say a dear way and share be problem am I. Because in 2008, everybody was hailing President Kufuor on the National Health Insurance scheme. Obi budget so. E ho no say and I didn't cry so yepe. Ye ba. Ye cry there President Kufuor health insurance na or the banner ye kuti no me wo no kwa hu ye. Ye ba ye be no one time premium. Ye be make sure say utua premium ba ko pa wa bra bo nyina akopem ta be untua hwe. NDC to introduce once for life insurance premium. NHIS one time premium to commence. Now, omo masa promise we no. E be Ghana afford it. One them pa depa. Say health insurance no afibia me koye renewal. MPP na buy there, but NDC say omo de omo ba omo me yen ba ko pe me tua renewal ba ko pa me tua biem kopem ta mewu. Na omo de dada Ghana for. Ade na omo kuti aye no. Ade na omo say nya de papa no. Ade na omo say yen tumi ye no. Omo hu say ehun so anso be affect mo abato pe. Na omo sesa omo ntoma no. Na omo sesa omo nwom no. Na omo nam o ade no kra pe. Omo kra omo na omo de ade ba omo ehu ye. I don't know whether you are seeing the pattern. This is the same plot, the same script in omo de free SHS. Omo na omo de ade ne ba no omo ehu ye. Na mo ye na ade ne ba no, ye kuti aye no. Ye kasati aye na ye say in fact ye bo kote proceedings nimpo e wo parliament no. Ye montoma ye ba ye be ni ye. Ye be make sure say wo kra renew na wo be jai. Utua one time pa untua biem and Ghanaians were happy. Then omo ba be mu 2009 one time mama 2012 one time in my 2010 one time in my na Ghana for say na mo one time premium na promise you know what's happening. We want to say that never. Say don't worry NHIS one time premium to commence. Kwabrado for no promise here. Then, in the year 2008, you know, this is what they said. This is what they said to actually deceive the people. To allow for a one-time premium payment for registration with the NHIS scheme. To allow for a one-time premium payment until they actually put that one-time premium promise in their manifesto. This is the NDC's 2008 manifesto. Almost the one-time premium. Manifesto nim. They were in government from 2009, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Why didn't they bring the one-time health insurance premium? That promise they made in the manifesto. And no say, and then people focus on base. Now then I say about I don't know when you I don't know when you oh be munti you one-time premium I'm buy 8 years going to be and I must say about crazy into abamamo. And they only made this promise not because they believed in it, because they never believed in it. And they knew that the thing now can feasible. But that was a time when they realized that Ghanaians were happy about health insurance, and so they also had to ride on that and get the votes from the people. We are also going to introduce. I didn't cry now. Yeah, could tell moment who yeah, by begging ye until the one-time premium, maybe NDC promise of one-time premium was unrealistic. Fast forward, Oma Babemu. Abana koso 2013 Ghana fosu etete mu say na health insurance am me ba na mo famba health insurance na mo famba o say o sa promise na ye de buy no e de realistic e de obi abetumi aye nti ye ntumi aye o kan no onwe no hu some men ko say Minister of State in charge of Financial and Allied Institutions Fifi Kwete says the one-time premium promised by the National Democratic Congress during the 2008 election campaign was unrealistic. And then your general secretary, almost promising one-time premium in 2008 on the manifesto. No money say unrealistic. Almost buy na ya 2 abamo we na fe yesi omunya no obeka chen say unrealistic. Please, are you listening? Are you following? Are you following? These are the same people who all kasa in 2013 no kra no embra nkofo so ni mu say for one-time premium no man na o si onya no or say. He also cited the free senior high school promise of the New Patriotic Party during the campaign period in the 2012 election was also unrealistic. 2013 na Ghana for bisa say one-time premium when fabre no. Na fa hook here na ye hwehwe no. Or say ade na ye kai 2008 yet realistic. Eya de betumi aye. On kana nuntum. Or say eye enquire de na yentumi you. MP before crown so free SHS na omo kan 22 eya de omo so mo crown bomb betumi aye. Ebusuafo. We have delivered the free senior high school we promised as far back as in 2008. Shall we ask former President Mahama where the one-time premium for the national health insurance is? This is the difference between the MPP and the NDC. They made a promise, they couldn't deliver. We made a promise, we have delivered. Big difference between the two political parties. But almost yes, I promise you only because they realized that Ghanaians were happy with health insurance. And the only way I'm to win the 2008 elections, they say, almost do a man over two. In the end, I'm Kutia no money GDO. After the 2008, I'm the question of manifesto. Say, I didn't come back, I'm quite a one-time premium. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 5 years later, you be Minister for Finance. Say, now one-time premium, the better measures also yes, so I promise you, man, they don't litigate to me. And I say, hey, sir, now we try and trust you, and people for crowd promise me no mo keka 2012 no say me if you mo buy don't meet me ye nyina dey na realistic ebusuafo. This is the difference. We promised in 2008 say ye ba ban mu moto abama ye na ye ba ban mu a ye be ma senior high school education are free ye ba ye no ye in 6 months. NDC promised in 2008 so mo ba omo the one-time premium and the national health insurance beba omo ba 8 years omo into be ye ene Oma say aba catch them say monto aba mo na free senior high school na dan koku fa Dubai na do ehu ye na omo kuti a free senior high school no omo say yan de papa no omo ba omo be ye ne ye sa storyline yi say na ure fia the same storyline na omo de be ye national health insurance scheme dia omo de ye president kofo wan bra o de national health insurance ba no sa pepepe na omo de ye na dan koku fa do bra o de free senior high school ye den eba. The same plot. Last week, some kai no. How different are they from this? This week, and so some health insurance, there no kai say edu 2008 President Kufuor eko edi MPP san koma Ghana for say ento abaman no on be ka che Ghana for say forget yomo President Kufuor health insurance bo ehu ye ye kutia ye but ye hu say we hu ye montoma ye ba ye be no one time premium on ba be mu na fe de on mine bi san say one time premium no we no on say unrealistic nti ene say NDC ni ba ofie no be ka kire wo say to abama no na free SHS na nanado de aba no enye papa no ba obe improve free SHS obe review na the review ni so obe ma na kodi na year na wakai de omo year on national health insurance 8 good years we had to endure them and within that 8 years omo nya sempa bi anka nche than to tell you say promise omo de show mo manifesto mu no wo mo manifesto mu black and white no unrealistic at that time it was too late there was nothing the Ghanaian people could do now we had to endure them for 8 good years before we have an opportunity. And then, Obano be catch us at Twabamano. No ba, obetumi aye free SHS year. Now wakai the omode year in 2008. And this is for the Gen Zs. What you are seeing playing out today, it played out before in the past. Probably at a time when you were 8 years, 7 years, 6 years, 5 years, or even 10 years old. You may not remember. That is why this evening, I've taken time to take you through and take you on this journey. So you know that the social intervention policy free senior high school you are seeing today, with all of its successes and challenges, the only safe hands to protect this policy to ensure that your friend, who probably cannot afford, or even yourself, who may not be able to afford, from a very poor background and needs government assistance to be able to access secondary education, the safest hands is Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, because he believes in it. He understands the concept and he knows exactly what the successes are and what the challenges are. These people who are from the NDC that are telling you that vote against them because there are challenges with the free senior high school. Obvious challenges with the free senior high school. They first of all fought against it. They didn't believe in it. They sued the government for introducing free senior high school. And today they come and tell you, vote for us. These people who brought the policy, they don't understand the policy. And that vote for us who fought against the policy, we rather will make it better. This is a script they have used before. They used it on our forefathers. For you and I who are alive today, it is our time to make a difference. It is our time we tell them that enough is enough. We understand the issues better than we could understand them in the past. And this time round, we'll not give you the chance. Put your trust and your faith in Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Indeed, there are challenges. Indeed, there are difficulties. But let's look at the successes and look into the future. And remember that the real essence of leadership is to fix challenges. And we cannot throw all of this into the air by simply putting and risking our future in the hands of the NDC. Same script, nothing new. Then there's the National Health Insurance Scheme that they introduced now. After the buy no almost the one-time premium, but now almost to me and famano. The air create chairman soon mukran say, apart from the fact that they could not fulfill their promise, almost to me and ma omobasho almost say na mbemuno. Almost saying guno. Health insurance almost saying guno. Say, on no someone to my be improving no almost saying guno. And look at this. This is in 2013. Return of cash and carry. NHIS is broke. Save NHIS from collapse. Public Accounts Committee tells Health Minister. Alex Segbefia. NHIS has collapsed under the NDC. Dr. Richard Anane. NHI owes Donko Chrome Presby Hospital 8 months in arrears. 2016 November. Hospitals collapsing due to NHIS indebtedness. 2014 June. Hospitals in Upper West collapsing due to 90 million NHIS debt. 2016 February. Collapse of NHIS and return of cash and carry reveal Mahama's incompetence. Ghana Web, 2015 March. A World Bank report says NHIS is collapsing. 2012 November. Now, one. For the health insurance aba. What quit here? What boycotted parliament? What cassette here health insurance? Nyame adomode akukudura ye. Wo ba ye no. One fe bi anka ho. Wo dada Ghana for say omontoma na akufo health insurance gwa hu ye. Wo ba be no one time premium. One to me amfamba. Na wase ye gu no. How can you be this wicked and callous to the people? In fact, ade ba koya na ere fi krampo ne say eya na nkofo refi NDC for no mo kra no say make I keep forgetting this one. Omo be introduce capitation. Every year you no more Ashanti region be kai capitation. Health insurance capitation some be kai. Omo be start capitation to restrict the health insurance. NDC. This is the scorecard. This is the scorecard. It took a lot of demonstration in Ashanti region before Sa capitation yomujaye. You can ask Obi Owa Ashanti region. In fact, Gen Z's Google capitation, National Health Insurance capitation. I bet it will tell you everything. But this is the scorecard. Between 2009 and 2016, on Mampeni Kufoja Health Insurance more. Omo say Ghana fund to more one time period, one improving. Number of people over health insurance and also tiye. If you 12.5 million, equal 11.3 million. That's what tiye because people lost confidence in it. We knew our time. No mugusu the manual. Omo to me improving it that. It take about 3 weeks and away renew our health insurance card. Omo fa yare foforo bia meka health insurance yare na ehwe no so. It took 8 years of enduring them after they lied to us for vote. 8 years of enduring them before MPP came back to power. And because it was our policy, it was our baby. It's like say buy a warning, you know. We knew how to manage it. And then 11.3 na yebe fire no. A movie equal 17.5 million. Ghana for 6 million. National Health Insurance simply because of the confidence they have in the scheme. And then we can say, on trying 3 weeks and say we renew Okado. And can NDC for abaagye health insurance card expire now call hospital. And I yare bowa won't me use card no. This is pays Canada tria. And then Oko hospital now Kaisa health insurance card expire. What the doctor him know about short code. Obo short code doctor ne wokasa eya wode what say obofono eya obisa questions no train na renew card obe church won sam nyina be wie no na wenya wo health insurance renewal na wo de tua wo bill wo mpe we na wo peden finally hwe yare ahodo a ne bo edin pa ewa yare sem na MPP aban na nadan ko ekufo Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia e de abeka health insurance no kidney childhood cancer, leukemia, worms, tumor, sickle cell. Nancy ya mukai kidney die. And kola is up to about 18 years. And then penny for more past 60 years. Almost dialysis are buying share a year for free. Leukemia yare, sickle cell a drobia, and when none boy dimpa, and mass sickle cell and kola sickle cell patients bread are buying the abandoned health insurance. This is a scorecard. And it's a net or barber catcher will say, or no. And the man national insurance here, national insurance. You should know how dishonest these people are and how double standard they are in everything that they do. Now, senior beya obeka in semunity, Michelle. Mumbo 2016, the okaye. Now mumbo they build about 2024 then the first. We are now about 2016. We are near videos baku mienubi under the NDC era under national health insurance scheme. Near Sametwaso.
Even the NHIS, NDC started the pilot in Damango and Nkranza for the NHIS. Implementation started in President Kufuor's time. But what President Kufuor introduced was a mutual health insurance scheme. And so your card, your NHIS card, allowed you to access health services only in the district in which you were registered. Today's National Health Insurance Scheme was introduced by Professor Mills. He changed it from a mutual district insurance scheme to a national health insurance scheme so that your card could access health care anywhere in Ghana you go. President Kufuor continued the economic adjustment program and under HIPIC initiative achieved significant debt reduction, implementing new social intervention programs such as NHIS and the Livelihood Empowerment Against Poverty program. He passed these on to President Professor John Ivan Mills.
These people have been queuing for hours to sign up to Ghana's National Health Insurance Scheme. A new instant biometric membership card is proving very popular. The scheme was introduced 10 years ago, and there are now more than 10 million subscribers. It means access to free healthcare and medicines for those most in need. Vida Shewudiaso is waiting for her child to see the doctor at the country's largest hospital in Kolebu. She's been using the National Health Insurance Scheme for 7 years. She says it's been a real...
news Al Jazeera eba be ye timami wo de timami asem tinasem
insurance desk, fill out forms, all these waste time, and sometimes it's 1 or 2 p.m. by the time you get to see the doctor.
It's a similar story for this private clinic in Tema, just outside the capital, Accra. The medical director says he's struggling, but he continues to see health insurance patients because he doesn't want to abandon them.
It's very difficult for us financially because the last payment was about some 5 months ago.
It hasn't been easy because I came here as early as 7 a.m. and I'm still in the line. I mean, we were in the line when we were told that the network is off, so we had to wait for about an hour or two before they started processing the materials.
Hospital.
Nansenya video we nansenya Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ne market store ya okọ atendo me kwa benya oso na mami edi national insurance renewal oye on the phone so yen tentem adanse munti doka
Hospital. Me kwa minimisa me akotua card me aso de man renew ne health insurance me kwa ya no na ga na ji oso de buy me se ai o de ohwe so se akola na ofie se me so 4 years o se abe ya adwuma sisi a kwakwa a ya adwuma man 200 Ghana no etu omo ye ba o me beba omo ye ba o me beba o ye ba o me beba me ba no hospital me kwa minimisa me akotua card me aso de man renew ne health insurance me kwa ya no na ga na ji oso de buy me se ai o de ohwe so se akola na ofie se me so 4 years o se abe ya adwuma sisi a kwakwa a ya adwuma man 200 Ghana no etu omo ye ba o me beba omo ye ba o me beba.
Ebusafo, the debate is settled, the conversation is over. We kasa tintin bia entro no trial no we control about free SHS last week you didn't say not to wankasa you judge for yourself, evidence is out there plenty. We control our national health insurance and we've shown and proven to you say some no kind no crave anymore. It is not true. National health insurance was already national health insurance answer on mampeniku for efi abaimu answer no mampeniku for bifi abaimu no. Now we can all the district mutual health insurance schemes 145 for Kabom ni we can nyina abomu dada. And now we issue national health insurance card which ensure they say fa ho baby a wo Ghana baby a ukra national health insurance card now the hospital no kwande a ye be show. Or yes na many nyina so fi abemu. They are at best the NDC are buying the year omo year in the year 2012 ne say sa enhyehyeye ne reforms of mampeniku for ye ni nyina no. Na any emra na dikai of mampeniku for ye access 50 no. No more year for a friend Act 852 to encompass all these reforms, but it is never true. And yet no credit da so man paying Dada John Romani Mahama any NDC buying and the national health insurance buy. And yet me can make a on one kasa eka or parliament so man paying for implemented the national health insurance scheme. Ebium and yet no credit in Kranza community health insurance scheme and the Damongo health insurance scheme Catholic Catholic Church and the community no and on the buy supported by an international NGO called Memisa and a boy. Yeme ma entro and in nada kwan e wasa abatwe mu. Baby no creda no e ho ne de beto. But to say na medical no follow the plot. She script no. Script a omode ma health insurance yi. Sa pepepe and omode ma free senior high school. Health insurance omo kutia ye e kan sem tia no. And so health insurance buy afi do mu se ejina na e de nepa e ba na e ho abato nsenso so wo no. Na omodani omano na omoka che Ghana fo nyina ne se omampani kufo no de health insurance buy no wehu ye nti ye nto abamom na omode omoba omema na ye one time premium ye gina so de to abamom 8 years omanye edru bebi ebi so omo no ene omo general secretary Fifi Kwete e ka che Ghana fo se sa promise no omaye no e unrealistic promise na mo de share mo manifesto no e unrealistic nti se ne omo san ba ho be ka che wo se school free senior high school na omampani na nadan kwekufo ado de aba a omokotia no SAS free senior high school no omampani ekufo ado ehu ye nti yento abantia MPP aban na yento mom no mom ba omomo na omokotia free senior high school ni be ni ya na wakai de omo yeye under health insurance scheme you see kasa tenten ntomponko nti mintwa so wa ha na mom a word to the wise is enough owie no omananso ho a osanso twantro ba ko bi so ka ho make handle no tie na yede na dwumedie na yeden abewie muntie asem a ode akokuduro ene enieden e ka che media fo ene Ghana fo nyina se omampani ekufo ado aban ene Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia the entire period 8 years yaba be mu nyina no yenye insuo 1 gallon mpo momenti de oka wo video yi mu.
We have provided more access to water than any other government in the history of this country. When Professor Mills came into government, access to clean drinking water was 58%. By the time we left office, access to clean drinking water was 76%. For Accra alone, we added 40 million more gallons of water. In 8 years, not 1 gallon has been added. We have provided more access to water than any other government in the history of this country. When Professor Mills came into government, access to clean drinking water was 58%. By the time we left office, access to clean drinking water was 76%. For Accra alone, we added 40 million more gallons of water. In 8 years, not 1 gallon has been added. We have provided more access to water than any other government in the history of this country. When Professor Mills came into government, access to clean drinking water was 58%. By the time we left office, access to clean drinking water was 76%.
Enti ebuzafo we yen tentin bia yen tete bia asem no kan no oboa en no kre okase omampani Ekufo Addo ne MPP aban yen fa single drop of water ma ya en no kre oboa wan kan no kre wendu no kre anchere media for ne Ghana for nyina enti na what is the point if you call a media engagement and you lie? And then sanka wan frɛ kran kan fa so bi ni so mema mo breakdown. In fact, if it 2017 bepe mo ne obampani Ekufo aban ene Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia aban yen fan ba ye kra 65 million gallons of water per day dey aba beka ho 65 million gallons per day yaba beka ho, and I'll give you the breakdown. Water project 3.3 million gallons per day. Upper East Water Project 4.5 million. Accra Rehabilitated Abandoned Treatment Plant at Kwon 6 million gallons. Akem Oda Water Project 7.7 million. And they are Ekoswa Accra Near by the end of the year. Secondly, Takrado Water 22 million. Kita Water Supply Project 7 million. Wenchi Water Supply Project 2.35 million. Sunyana Water Supply Project 12 million. Okay, Kasa Project in Ebumwa and about 65 million gallons of water per day. The upper Yamfani in 65 million in Anche, Nenka 1 million cra. It cannot be true. Say Yamfa 1 drop of water cra and become. Why do you do that? Former President Mama, why? Why? I don't know, yes, sir. At them panting now, yes, sir. Why do you do these things deliberately? How can you stand in front of the people and say, I buy now for 1 drop? But how do you even sleep at night when you say these things? How? And you expect that when you put out these lies, we won't do anything about it, we won't say anything about it, that you are the only person with access to media, that you can say whatever you want to say and get away with it. How can you put out such a deliberate lie? And you so no mampeni Ekufo Addo ebi ano no mi. And you so no we be 1 drop no, 1 cup na mampeni Ekufo Addo no mi. And you put out a blatant lie. Be nice to them. I mean, be fair to the issues. And do justice to the facts. Like we do. We always show you the scorecard, what we did and what you did. So all you needed to do was to say, me buy me 10. And the Ekufo Addo buy 8. There's no fight over that. That is the fact. That is the fact. But for you to say 1 drop, that's what dada yana. It's a way you when you say what dada Ghana for, what cartoon now call. Because you know say they are kind of and you just say it and go. Please, shall we watch the video of the water system? Maybe na at least you share by all means. Now on Fanka Kano, please. Moon show water project. we a wow water project omampeni Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo a commission ama the good people of Upper West. Now, science we know, a 3.3 million gallons of water per day, and they demand the good people of Upper West. Very, very important water system. Omampeni Akufo-Addo akwako bie ama the good people of Upper West. Upper is the also and also about 4.5 million gallons per day, but we are wadi and we are 3.3 million. I come down for grass so dear when about 7.7 million gallons per day. I know so Omampeni Akufo-Addo akwako bie amom. Meshamo ebusiafo, this is fact. We know yeah the 10 TB and kasa 10 TB. In so ne ebugu fem to. And now Akufo-Addo obon munangma we are say one drop. Now the vim power now the Gina TV swaka. Inti ade we be pipe single fem so one drop. Ade. I don't know to me when ni. But your video near why? Video near. Now oka we in area. No asia be catch and say Okache media phone say after lying to them on several of these things. Okay, so vote for me and let's reset Ghana. Yeah, reset Ghana. Yeah, reset Ghana. We are say yeah, reset Ghana. Yeah, reset Ghana say. Ghana now ya tomorrow. I will say yan tomorrow na be reset. No be reset na kwenyefa. Are you coming to reset Ghana to the doomsday for 3 years na? Are you coming to reset Ghana to the same Ghana now? Oh yeah, now there was a freeze on public sector recruitment. No? Ghana now what 3 months pay policy? Enti teacher ni nurse ni edwuma 1 year. No wait you am 3 months no. And only reset. That is where you want us to research to. No chalks in basic schools. Enunti second lady co school mu kwaka school for say omuni omu PT and chalk. No omu chalk want to mom chalk and name mom chalk echina. You want us to reset into that one? Over 100,000 Ghanaian children now you left them at home after basic education or man senior high school because also who see school then we answer what form no. We should reset back into that Ghana. You cancelled teachers and teacher training allowance. Cancelled nursing training allowance. And then here for mba. So educo school uchemu. We should reset Ghana. We should vote for you to reset Ghana into that situation. O taxi ya taxi kaya ye. Kaya ye na ono eba pre eduma ya ko ne fie na ese obo na nkonyansa na odwuma bi no. Wo frɛ kaya ye fo hia e wo dwabo ase na wo mo head pan so mo nje nkoso ade na wo ya wase ya taxi omo. O taxi condom. O taxi ndade nkrantie a ekuafo de do koko ase. E de do mumfu ase de do eburu ase. O taxi should we reset Ghana into that into that situation? Ghana ebe ye international corruption hub. Yen to obama no yen reset Ghana enko sa same situation dana. Guinea fowls wo de aban sika koyeye. Edu bebe no eni nyina tu fi Ghana ekọ Burkina Faso according to you. And waban, we should reset Ghana into that situation and now. Ejumayefo any brain almost say or many more into trauma cut you mukakra. No mutu minya bibi kakra nkofie or many more yedin. Ukojina Botswana catch a Botswana for say, oh dear, Ghana hano, when who strike a strike a flow. Into one and you be na wutie na strike and ya she. Why you say Ojen Funu, unti obia. We should vote for you and reset Ghana into that situation and now. Cholera, teta. Cholera kra eku Ghana for ewo my way. We should reset Ghana. Vote for you to reset Ghana into that situation. And your COVID dey say you never safe on my way. Edu baby na emrantie ne maba e form Unemployed Graduate Association of Ghana. Esra wo say pedwuma maye no. Wo ka kire mo say wonye magician na we create nyuma. Wonye magician na odisika abehye Ghana for ebotom. Wo ministers e ka kire Ghana for rantes wo mko afuom no mko sesa omko twa a grass megu kwan ho nton and omko sesa ebo embegu kwan ho hyehye enton. We should vote for you to reset Ghana into that same situation. Wo ka kire Ghana for say ye kasa dodo, ye complaining too much. That's what you told us. We should vote for you to send us back into that situation. The things and the situation you put us through in this country is not one that any Ghanaian would want to go back into. October 2015, unemployed nurses picket at Flagstaff House. We should vote to get back into this situation. 3 months pay policy killer. It was abolished in 2020. 2020, and a daughter Matthew Opoku Prempe, abolish 3 months if anything pay policy. You introduced it. Omo ye eduma for almost about 1 year. Ghananews why eduma for a whole year, 1 year. To abamano. If I say tuyaneka osio aban niska. Inti ube tuyano 3 months be pay. No woman 3 months. Echimodin say, how is that possible? How is that possible? So I just say, victims of 3 months salary pay policy. Omo ye demonstration. Omo say, I do 1 year tuyanka. Omo ye across all the 10 regions. The demonstration was dubbed Operation 10 regions, 10 demonstrations in 10 weeks. Within 10 weeks, no one year demonstration 10 times across the country. Victims of 3 months salary pay policy. You want us to vote for you. Utumi media for you can say vote for me so that I can reset Ghana. This is what you want to reset us into. Teachers petition NAGRAT over salary arrears. We should reset Ghana into this situation. Prof. Opoko Ajimai, Warani Mate, explains why Mahama paid only 3 months salary arrears to teachers. Mutuya ya 3 months we na skana mo fama ya no. After you they come explain taya. Pay us our money. You want us to vote for you and your running mate who actually supervised the 3 months pay policy. Yantu abamamo. So that we say you want to reset Ghana. You want to reset us into a 3 months pay policy situation now. That is not going to happen. We don't want to go back into Dumso. So we don't want to reset into where you took us into. One kasa edu baby one kasa wa ba mu mpeni for crack say you can't fix the economy. And you call it that. Those who think that president and his ministers have answers to the CBN difficulty times Ghanaians are going through, coupled with the continued depreciation of the cedi, should start revisiting their notes. The Minister of Water Resources, Works and Housing, Alhaji Kolesdauda, speaking at Obuase at the weekend during the 10th anniversary celebration of the enslavement of Adansi Sarki. Wow, Minister. I say, I didn't with me because I didn't. This was your own minister speaking. 10 February 2014. I am not a magician. Mahama tells unemployed graduates. President Mahama has said that the unemployment rate, especially among the youth, is high because many of the unemployed graduates are not skilled, indicating that he is not a magician to put money in their pocket. Ghana Web. You are telling the media to come and inform us. Oh, catch a media for some country. Say, Yentu Obama now reset Ghana. You want to reset Ghana into this situation. Now, media for no crowd would you know on your Mokasano Crano. Osan catch on say, Okofa Media Development Fund Abano. I am surprised that they didn't ask you, say, Nasikano Wahe. Because Media Development Fund here will promise you a mobile. One Kasa Uji to say, you brought it, you mentioned it in the past. Emma, wo minister, Okujota Blackwa honorable, Ekache and say, 1 million Ghana cedi bi akokoda account nim sasika no ewo he sasika ne wo he ye bisa eche na so o sika no mo de akototo laptops na laptops no ton kra me say keta hye ne proye bi abemu ho sense mu bi intade no ade no yenja ye set up committee bi nti yenya nto wansa committee no nkoye adwuma mbra all this years committee no ntumi adwuma da ebepem ne you are back making the same promise and when you made the promise everybody was clapping for you but we are here we haven't forgotten. Because we don't want to reset Ghana into this. There are difficulties. There are challenges. Or how there were difficulties, the challenges. But Niamani Bebrea, what do you feel more? I'm showing you now. Yasusano. I can't be a yen. And no, and a daughter Mahmoud Bawumia, I can't want some say yen to Obaman. Na ombo Nadia, Yayano Ombo Hubai, Nadia Kano. Yen to me, yen so yen the encounter. Na adentina because there were challenges back community. Yen to near Mapa yet to any Ngudian Santo Abama, near reset Ghana into this same situation. That would not happen. And that's why we are here. Utran mienu, Yebeka no crem mienu. Utran miensa, Yebeka no crem miensa. This is the future. This is the next chapter of Ghana. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Onoso ye Ghana ni on your mampeninda. But with your mampenia be the Suyan bebre in the period. And clearly, no, based on Suyan when yano, your man of coin on also bar, or also adding a drink share, in any da sword in the news I didn't hunker day, ebeba. Would you obey beer as a former vice president? Oh, yeah. Would you obey beer as a president? Oh, yeah. This is a time for bold solutions for our future, which Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is promising to establish a national open university free tertiary education for persons with disability, train 1 million youth in IT, reposition Ghana's education system towards STEM and AI, 1 student, 1 laptop for tertiary students, expand school infrastructure to improve the free senior high school policy, establish Ghana School Support Secretariat, MBA and NFL opportunities for young people. National service will no longer be voluntary. If you get a job right after school, and you believe say when you do makwakwa yen ka say chenchina ache, so be national service as wakwa you na be we na adwuma na bo na ye ne dey. Ubetumi apply for national service. Now I apply for exemption. National service for more exemption ubetumi akoye we adwuma. Tax amnesty for businesses and traders or more arrears for years amene omo enu to omo ntumi ntua ama tax en kra no omo pese omo de omo be dim because of arrears no. Dr. Mahmoud Bamia the tax amnesty beba. Flat rate on spare parts import. Fully automate the thermoport. Solar and wind power to supplement our power generation system. Say the be no be man de bo na eden akofem kakra. Zero duty on solar panels are beba. Mining licenses will be improved near the Mineral Development Bank Aba to support small scale miners. Na Ghana fo anka say tumi nyeska ayo mo anka so mo mining. No more only mo concession. Pension scheme for small scale miners ebeba. Easy passport acquisition with Ghana card. Credit system for Ghanaians. E-visa for international visitors. You better introduce a digital streaming platform for artists that work Ghana. Tax incentives for producers and musicians. Electronic and faceless audits by GRA. You better reduce the cost of internet data. Private sector would support government in building roads and other infrastructure. Dr. Mahmoud Bamia Canada say it's time a private sector back boom. Niyama your infrastructure development and aquantentem. And that is something that is going to be exploited quickly. And then, of course, hostel facilities for apprentices. And then, what shall I say that? Kaya yefua, ukomo mo headpan. So, monjino mo fanko suya diye no muti emmemono. Dr. Mahmoud Bamia si hostels amomo. Ameno kasi omo da hostels ni mwa. Aban training omo wonsa ni ejumemu. Sene be ombe tumi akufie.